Welcome, Internet. It is me, the RP Ginger, and my Storm King's Thunder friends. We are playing tonight session 34, part 2 of session 33, titled Unmasked. Currently, we are short a player, but she will be joining us when she can, after she has fed her dog or medicined her dog. I can't remember the story, but Mary will be here, and so will Livy shortly. Last we left off, half of the party under the new new temporary alliance with Reich Liviant, a barbarian a barbarian of the tribe Children of the Storms, very rural and private barbarian tribe that lives high up in the mountains. Sorry, I'm just rambling on. Entered the Temple of the Noonstone under the instructions of a suddenly appeared King Hecaton, king of the storm giants, and told the party that they must gather the Noonstone and bring it to him before an army of cloud giants descended upon Reich Liviant's tribe and destroyed them and took the Noonstone for themselves. The party kind of being like, hey, we've been looking for King Hecaton. This is convenient. Maybe from playing in my games for 33 sessions, realized that if it seems too good to be true, maybe it is. And a couple of insight checks later, they got the feeling that something was off about King Hecaton, but not really understanding the situation and really wanting to go head to head with a king of storm giants, they decided to descend into the Temple of the Noonstone and potentially humor him anyways and help out Reich Liviant. However, Warrendell, a bit of a hipster, decided he was too cool for that, and he was going to stay out and hang around and see what this King Hecaton and Lorwyn, the wife of Reich Liviant, were up to on the outskirts. The party, after passing a few puzzles, entered down a long hallway which told a story of how the Noonstone and the Nightstone were created. The Song of Storms, it is called, an ancient, powerful artifact that gives the wielder the ability to control all weather, essentially. And there was a tale about how the giants were basically tricked by a dragon who took the form of a giant and convinced the cloud giants to steal it away and wreak havoc on the world. With the help of some, the first Children of the Storms, the giants were able to team up and end a long war and get the stone back and separated it into two parts. The Noonstone being one of the parts that Reich Liviant's tribe has been looking after since ancient times. On the outside, Warrendell decided to do a little magic trick and kind of disappear and get out of Dodge. He started to feel like things were getting a bit too weird. Had a couple of standoffs with King Hecaton and decided he was going to disappear and try to eavesdrop into a conversation. When he did that, Hecaton immediately called alert to the surrounding guards and tried to find him. His invisibility spell eventually wore off, where he was cornered, and King Hecaton told the barbarians that he too had fallen under some ominous sickness, much like Lorwyn was, and that they needed to be cured. He tried to bamf away with a misty step, I believe, but was put under a hypnotic pattern. We saw Warrendell captured and taken to the peak of the mountain and zapped by lightning. The party on the inside of the temple was battling earth elementals in a floating torrent and tsunami or storm of wind in this chamber. And after an hour had passed, they entered out of the Temple of the Noonstone with the Noonstone in hand, ready for this trade-off with King Hecaton. And as they enter out into the night sky, lighting up with lightning and thunder booming in the distance, snow, sleet, ice, and all these kind of weathers just coming into a grand culmination of just a chaotic storm. They see Hecaton, Lorwyn, and Warrendell all just kind of standing in anticipation for the party, with the other barbarians waiting in anticipation. That is where we pick up. Sorry for the long rambling recap. That's why you should probably plan your recaps a little better than that. That's a little pointer for everybody. But this is where we pick up. The party, after resting for a bit, you enter out into the night. It is cold. It is dark. There is lightning whipping up above you, constantly illuminating the shadowy face of King Hecaton, this towering man that has a beard that's as big as a building, drooping down to his chest. He is currently one arm resting on his light mace that kind of billows, literally like a lighthouse. This mace has a light at the center of it, and it looks as if a lighthouse has been inverted and turned into its staff. It's so large and kind of metallic. And he sees you all in anticipation walking out. This is the three of you. And there's this moment of silence. He looks to you, Reich Liviant. I believe you're there. I see your torso. And he says, "Protector of storms, did you find the Noonstone? Time is of the essence. The storm beckoning. It means the cloud giants grow near."
I was victorious in my quest, King Hecaton.
Good, good. I knew that you were a worthy protector. Where is it?
I possess it. But, where are you taking it?
I am taking it to Maelstrom. My fortress, my city under the water, deep in the sea, where no others would be able to possess it. This is the only way. For I feel that Sansari, if she descends upon us in her forging or her floating castles with her armies of cloud giants, we will be helpless. She's a masterful tactician and a deadly enemy.
Octavius has been cautiously and suspiciously eyeing King Hecaton and now even Warrendale with the insanely odd feeling that he had within the cave. He knew that something was wrong, and he believes that his feelings are in tune with his group enough to know that it's one of them. So without even saying anything, after eyeing it a couple of seconds, Octavius is going to immediately cast Dispel within like a radius of Warrendale, so that anything within like, I'm not sure how the spell works, I can't pull it up right now, but I'm going to definitely make sure that the spell is located on Warrendale, but if there is any radius effect on it, I'm going to see if I can get King Hecaton in that. And then after, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on Warrendale.
So here's the interesting thing. Dispel magic. Choose one creature.
You skip those. Sorry, what's that?
Sorry. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the way Dispel Magic works is choose one creature, object, or magical effect within the range, which you're more than in range, and any third level spell or lower on the target ends. All right, so it's going to be on. So you have to choose one. You can't choose like Hecaton, Warrendale. You have to choose who you're casting on Warrendale.
Yeah, and
all
then
right.
If I can cast Lesser Restoration after that, I'd like to do that on Warrendale as well.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me definitely not do something here.
Oh, geez, great.
Okay, and just double checking that I'm not doing anything wrong here. Where are you? Okay, interesting. Give me an Arcana check.
13 plus my modifiers. I can't see my modifiers right now.
Okay, looking it up for
Sorry.
you. No worries. Arcana modifier is +1, so 14.
Yeah.
So the spell, I'm going to say you feel it washing over Warrendale, but with a 14, nothing happens. But there is some magic that was being pulled by your Dispel. If that makes sense. Like there was something there that it was definitely kind of battling with some force of magic and trying to dispel it, but it did not go off.
Okay. Can I still cast Lesser Restoration on him?
Yes.
Will that have any effect on what's happening?
I'm not sure what that does.
Yeah, just double checking. Lesser Restoration. Touch the creature. One condition: blind, deaf, or paralyzed. Yeah, you probably basically that's for dispelling diseases or a condition like blind, deaf, paralyzed, or poison.
I wouldn't really know what's going on. I would just, instinctually trying to hide the fact that I'm casting these spells from anyone else around. I would just instinctually try to cast a few things on him to see if anything really popped off.
Okay, so the turnaround about that, is that if you're going to cast these spells, there's probably, let me just double check, but I'm almost going to guarantee there's no way to hide it since they have, let me see here. I should have just kept that in front of me. Dispel magic, I'm almost certain has verbal and somatic components to it. Yeah, so verbal. Say again?
Any way to say those under my breath and maybe do hand gestures in a small fashion?
Considering everyone's kind of watching you, you can roll a sleight of hand, I guess, and we'll see how that goes. I'll give you a sleight of hand, I guess.
I got a 4 plus my modifier, so whatever my modifier is, I failed.
-1, so yeah, you definitely failed. So King Hecaton says, Octavius, why is it that you cast these incantations versus your friends? What are you doing? Warrendale, you also feel...
I was going to say, do I feel these?
Yeah.
Sort of wave it off. Octavius, don't worry, it's fine. Perhaps we should sit down and speak for a little while. I can get you up to speed on what has happened while you were off playing with the barbarian.
Hearing that, Octavius would feel a little bit better. He would concentrate more on Warrendale, and he would completely ignore and not answer King Hecaton.
It was a bit of a climactic experience, but it was for naught. It's okay.
What exactly happened?
Worse than I thought it would be. Or better than you know what I mean. Something like that. Let me at least have a few moments with my friends, Mr. Giant person. I can help catch them up to speed.
Yes, but understand that an army of cloud giants will soon descend upon this very spot, and if you guys are not far, far away, then I cannot protect you. Not all of you.
You only need to protect me anyway, but just give me a moment. Assuming he doesn't squish me, I'll make my way, away from this.
He doesn't squish me.
No squishing, yeah. He says, he just steps back and says, very well, speak with your friends.
Yeah, I'll come down. I don't know if Rick Valiant would follow me or not, but I'd at least try to get Livy and Octavius off to the side. I guess it's up to you, Corey, if you would follow or not, but pull you guys off to the side. Be like, what the hell took you so long anyway? Out here playing with my pod all night, getting the rain down and dealing with this asshole.
Reich does not follow you.
Okay.
Reich goes over and talks to his wife.
We'll resolve that after. We'll let Warrendale talk to the party first.
Yeah, Octavius, just give him a quick rundown of a couple of the challenges and the fact that we
Well, while you were off helping this man, I still don't think it was worth your time, and you all look a bit rough, worse than wear. The storm, it's picked up a bit. I was hit by lightning. Now, luckily, I'm a man of spark myself, and it wasn't quite as bad as I expected it to be. This giant, I was quite cautious, and it's not quite sure myself still, but regardless, he did save me. He healed me, and he did help me. perhaps maybe not with the utmost 100% of trust, but I do believe that this we can at least trust him as far as, well, you can't throw him, but you get the meaning of the phrase. Perhaps we can speak to your bird boyfriend and explain the situation, and we could take any help we can get at this point.
What do you mean he healed you?
Much like yourself, boom boom, and thank you, ma'am, and cured up. You see, I singed my hair a little bit, and my beard was a little bit frazzled, but of course I wasn't hurt that bad.
Huh. I had a feeling in the cave that something was very wrong. It felt like something was very wrong with you.
Well, I can live through anything, you know that.
Yeah. Ah.
It's just between you and I. It was pretty bad, but don't tell Livy that. I don't want her worrying herself.
Livy's like, I'm standing right here.
Shh.
All right.
It really wasn't that bad, Livy. Don't worry.
So you really trust this giant king?
Well, I mean, trust is a big word. It's a lot of letters per se. But we have very few options, and I trust them better than I do a giant red dragon that wants to destroy half the world and keep me as a slave. I mean, I got you through that just fine, did I not?
Yeah. Still have a few of my things missing from that one.
Technicalities. You should talk to that other wench, wherever she went. I think she might know something about that. I think she has the hots for you.
Can I do insight to see if there's anything? Like right now, Octavius is pretty satisfied with how Warren is, but there's
go ahead.
Underlying. So, like, can I do like some kind of check or investigation or insight or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Insight probably sounds the best.
There's a 17. I don't know what my modifiers for that are right now.
Okay, looking it up.
Still trying to open up Fantasy Grounds.
17 plus 7. So 24.
Yes, sir.
All right. Morgan, you want to go ahead and just do a complete honesty roll? If you catch my drift.
Sure. Is there a way to, just?
I guess I could technically, yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay. As you are listening to him say this, Warrendale in every way seems like literally his same old self. And like you can see where he was zapped by lightning, like his clothes are actually singed. But something just feels weird.
Weird how?
You can't really put your finger on it. It's not making sense. And actually with that high roll, when he says the wench, the dragon wench, you're like Delphine, and then you look around and you see that Delphine and her dragon cultists are actually nowhere around.
Huh. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to cast this spell at 5th level.
Our 5th level?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Let me just do some things here.
You did say that Octavius picked up on the fact that the first time he cast this spell, he felt something pull, right?
Yeah, there was some magic that it was trying to dispel, but it just was resisted.
Magic.
I want to try to do it at the most powerful level Octavius has.
Warrendale, you do feel him trying to cast a spell on you, for the record. I guess I should have said that in the first place. You can react if you want to. I don't know if you can, but I'm just looking at Dispel Magic and seeing if it has any effect. Actually, interestingly enough, Dan, am I blind here? I don't see Dispel Magic on your character sheet. Did you mean to have it, or did you change it out?
No, I thought it was a 3rd level spell. When
You have Spirit Guardians, Speak with Dead, Revivify, Mass Healing Word. It's been a while since you updated your character sheet, so if you just tell me that you did have it updated and that you want to swap out one of those spells, then that's fine.
Yeah, I thought I had it from the. This is the book that when I was going without Fantasy Grounds for a while, this is one of the spells that I thought I had the whole time.
Okay, cool. I'll just assume that when you take a look at your character sheet, you can probably swap out one of the ones you have. It probably just got missed. And when you cast at a higher level, you automatically blah blah blah. Okay, sorry, there's a lot of behind the scenes things here right now. All right.
If I felt them or if I knew who was casting it, I would look over your activities and be like, you don't need to waste your energy. You should perhaps save it in case there's more issues that come up. I'm pretty low on spells myself. It was a bit of a chaos out here when the storm struck, and it may be best to save your energies. But, I mean, if you truly wish to scan and perhaps do your things, then I'm not going to stop. But
yeah, I'd wait for the spell to finish, and if it didn't work, then I'd feel at least consoled in the fact that he sounds reasonably normal. He's telling me it's okay, but we'll see if the spell does anything before I give up.
Okay. Give me an Arcana roll again.
Oh, crap. It's an 11.
All right, you got +1. So again, even at your highest level, you feel this contesting a spell of some sort that's washed over Warrendale. But whatever, I guess probably this second time and like channeling, I imagine this 5th level spell, you're channeling like everything you have into this. Yeah. And it's when that ends and that still whatever's on Warrendale hasn't washed over, that you understand that whatever's on him is definitely very powerful magic. I'm assuming you're trying to do so sneakily again. Give me a sleight of hand.
I wouldn't be at this point.
Oh, you wouldn't be? Then at that point, you would see that Hecaton does see you, and so does the other barbarians, to which he would point and just ask you, the barbarians kind of circle around, and we're going to go right to you as this happens in a second, right, Liviant. And Hecaton would call out and just say, "Is there something wrong, Octavius?"
I'm just worried about my friend.
I'm sure he's explained to you that he had a bit of an accident, but I was more than capable of healing his wounds. Right, Liviant, you've come over to your wife, who walks down the kind of slope in the night, the wind just blowing her cloak towards you, and she embraces you in like a hug, but she grabs onto your face and kind of pulls you in that way, putting her forehead against your mask, like she often does. And she says to you, "My husband, I am very proud that you have completed your trials. I always knew that you would."
Yes, but seems for the wrong reasons, my dear.
What do you mean, my husband? This is a great honor for the tribe. We are helping a king of the storm giants, a descendant of Stromness and very self. This is our purpose. This is what Asharia, the first mother, did. It's as if history itself is repeating itself.
So we should give it to him.
He is the descendant of Stromness, the very god that we serve, the very god that gives you your powers. I do not understand necessarily what he speaks of, but if he says that an army of giants are coming to destroy us, then I see not why we challenge the very king that we serve. Why do you speak like this, my husband? And she grabs you again and now is looking at you. Surely, these outsiders have not been whispering lies into your ears, have they?
No. Not at all. But what if we were to go get the Nightstone? And then we'd have all the power.
For the same reason that many of our ancestors were almost extinct, my husband, my love. To control such a power would be dangerous for all of mankind. Surely you know this. Why would you speak such foolishness? We must
Well,
keep
if-
the stones
if-
separated. If the Song of Storms is restored, then this very world's balance in existence is threatened. Please tell me these people have not been filling your mind with these lies. And it's at this point that you see Hecaton speaking to Octavius and asking him what's going on, and you see your other tribesmen like heading off in that, not like oppositionally, but they're kind of just like going in that direction.
They serve him now. My darling.
We all serve him. He is the king of storm giants, my dear. This is our purpose.
You're correct, as always.
Hecaton now looks to you. Like Liviant. I appreciate what you have done. And now for saving your wife. Let us end this agreement and finish your end of the bargain. You must get your tribesmen out of here. And then he holds out his hand. The Noonstone.
He's had his back to the king, facing his wife, and he retrieves the Noonstone and holds it between him and Lorwyn. I really hope this isn't the biggest mistake that we've ever made.
She pulls your mask up kind of like halfway Spider-Man style, gives you a kiss, and says, "This is our destiny, my love. They will write tales, just like they did of the first mother. We are saving the world."
Right. And he pulls the mask down over his face, and he turns to Hecaton and shows him the stone.
As you pull it out, it just kind of begins to hum and illuminate, obviously being exposed to the storm. And you'd actually notice that the rain and the sleet has not hit the stone at all. It's like this, almost like a illusionary shield is kind of like humming around it and bouncing off just before hitting this glowing stone of light. Hecaton says quickly, "We've not much time. I will cause a diversion if I can. But we must flee. Recliviant, protector of storms. Kin of my blood. The stone for your people."
And he hands him the stone.
grabs it, kind of holding it. A smile comes across his face as he picks it, puts it in his pocket, and says, "Thank you. Your end of the bargain has now been fulfilled."
That's correct.
And then he begins to kind of laugh to himself. That wasn't so hard, was it?
I've been training for this moment my whole life. There.
Yes, you have, and you've done such a very good job, my small Ricklivians. I thank you for... I could not have done this without you.
I'm aware.
And now, you shall be able to see what you have been training for your whole life has gotten you. You shall see the world unfold that your choices have led to. And he begins to laugh again, but this time his voice begins to change a bit. It's no longer deep. It almost has this kind of condescending, feminine tone to it. And he says, "I've waited so very long for this exact moment. You have no clue how long I had to torture that stupid dragon, that bronze-scaled fool, to find the information that I needed to get here. But now the Noonstone is in my grasps, and you puny folk shall see the new world that I shall create. Let me show you my true face." And with a flip of her finger, the visage of King Hecaton disappears. And standing before you is a giant humanoid nonetheless. I'm going to share the picture to you guys. And then I guess I should screen share for all those watching at home, aka nobody. But I'll screen share nonetheless. Is this woman whose hair seems to be made of like wispy kind of clouds and dark gray skin, and she's wearing this almost stone-like clothing that spikes off around the shoulders. The hair of cloud that she has, this literal like smoke kind of wraps around her neck, and she has these golden kind of adornments on her face and arms, and she actually holds a mask which is pale and porcelain in size, and changes it to a smile. She pulls out a smiling mask. "Yes, the choices that you have been made, Reichlivian, to the training that you have done has all led to this very moment. You handing off the Noonstone to Countess Sansori, Lady of Masks. Don't worry, though. I will not kill you here. I shall return to my castle." And she looks up into the sky, and this dark, booming cloud of thunder and lightning that has been swelling above you and now has reached its climactic kind of point where bolts of lightning are shooting out from every direction that you can see, suddenly pops. And the black cloud goes away, and hundreds of feet above, you see a floating fortress. It is no longer raining. It is no longer thundering or lightning. It's just cold and snowy. And she says, "Yes, I shall leave you alive to see what your choices and training has gifted you. Enjoy the future that you have created, Reichlivians. See if you can stop my minions from descending upon your tribe and slaughtering them all. And to your horror, you begin to see 4 cloud giants, equal in their size, descending down from the castle on clouds and heading towards your encampment. You also see Aarakocra in the sky that you've battled before flying around, and she pulls out her staff and begins to float upwards into the sky. Farewell, Reich Liviant. Farewell, Octavius Warndell. Enjoy the world that you helped create. Enjoy the storm that will wash over you as my greatness and superior intelligence rises to the world that it belongs to in favor of King Anam, the God, the All-Father. And then she laughs and begins to float above.
Well, perhaps I was wrong in trusting her. That sucks.
Yeah.
just standing there completely dumbfounded.
Yeah, absolutely, like, totally. I don't, because you've dumbfounded Corey. So
He drops to his knees and just holds his head in his hands.
yeah, I don't even know what to do right this second. I'm being very honest.
Sanctuary is floating up above you quickly. 4 cloud giants are now descending down towards your tribe. Lorwyn is just kind of standing there looking at you.
Well, giants before, I say we take them.
What just happened, Lorwyn?
And face your fears.
You ask Lorwyn what just happened, and she says to you, what would she say? You've done the right thing, my husband.
But that's not King Hekaton. And if I believe any of this, that means that we just gave the Noon Stone to the woman that has the Night Stone. Yeah, my daughter.
She will create a new world, a better one.
That we won't be a part of. Right? And as she looks over her shoulder, as he looks over his shoulder at her.
And she's just standing there looking at you. She nods. We are not worthy of Sanctuary's presence. Good insider.
I just want to stab her.
That's true love right there.
Yeah. I don't like you very much right now, sir. $15.
I mean, it seems probably pretty obvious that something seems definitely off about her now.
Yeah.
It felt like something was off about her always, but now it just seems to be more blatant. Like, right, like she's not even really trying to hide anything from you. She's just like, yep, this is what's happening, and I'm not even gonna bother like making up stories to you. I'm just gonna she's completely compliant with the situation.
Has this been your plan all along? All right.
My plan was to aid Sansari, who would free the world of the corruption and foul civilized folk.
She tricked you, man.
Cloud giants now are getting closer and closer. It's only going to be a few more seconds before they're like heading towards the city. You would notice that at least one is coming your guys' way too. Sansari is obviously pretty high up now, about halfway to the castle. A cloud giant. So I'm going to say one is definitely coming towards you guys, and then three are kind of heading towards the encampment.
What do we do?
It is
We have
better
to help.
this way, my husband. Let it all be washed away now. Sorry to cut you off, Octavius.
Well, Rick Livian, what do we do now?
Well, that's a lot of pain.
I say we stand and fight. We've killed giants before.
We killed 4 of them, my friend.
I look at Octavius.
Killed more than 4.
See, we've killed more than 4.
Right.
Do not.
I don't remember actually making it through any of the fights, but, you know, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. I say we stand and fight. Kill the bastards under clouds. Come,
We need to get
Mr.
that stone
Bird
back.
Boy, you can help us. I forget your name, but
Wait a second. There's something wrong with you. Maybe you want us to stay and fight. Maybe that's a part of Sensory's plan, is to get us to die. Can we run? Can we save the people in the town?
they are but good as dead. Look, there's 3 of them. At least we can save this man here who thinks he holds some sort of importance with the key. I think he's a bit of our last hope, would you say?
Are you speaking of me?
Yes, you. I forget your name.
Right, little man. I gave away the thing that I have trained my whole life for.
How do you
To
feel
the
about
wrong
that?
person.
That sucks. But we have more important problems right now.
Putting those 2 objects together, there won't be any problems anywhere.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
I don't think so. And Reich looks back at Lorwyn again. And the approaching cloud giant. And just kind of shakes his head at her just a little bit. And starts running towards the impending combat that is coming.
As you turn to look at Lorwyn one last time, you're shocked to see that she has her spear in hand and is lunging towards you with it.
To attack me?
To attack you. You're able to push it away, though, dodging out of the way. And she says, "I'm sorry, my husband. I know you cannot see the correct path. Let me end your suffering. You have not failed. You have completed your duty." And it's at that point everyone can roll initiative because the cloud giant touches down.
Well, it just sounds fantastic.
I hate this game.
Been a while since I heard the hell my initiative. Never mind. Found it.
Davies is a little pissed.
Where the hell's Livy?
Livy, we need you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll roll our initiative though. 14. All right, everyone in?
No, I got a 12. I think I have a -1 to my initiative, so that's an 11.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, when she, whatever, healed me, did that do anything for my spells, or are my spell usage still the same?
You are bopping at full spells.
And I am also like all my rage is back.
Although counter side to that, conveniently, nah, that's too weird. I can't say that out loud. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Do I have all my charges of rage back?
You guys only short rested, so you
Can-
guys.
Message me on Facebook or something if you need to.
Yeah, no, I already I seen what I needed to see.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys aren't even at full strength for sure. So, Warrendale, you're up first as this cloud giant finally touches down. You see Lorwyn stabbing at Reikliviant. You see the other tribesmen looking on in confusion. And they call out to Lorwyn, Mother of Storms. What is going on? What do we do? What is happening? And she says, fear not, my children. All is as it should be. Reikliviant has fallen to the corruption of these civilized folk. Go back to the city. Make sure everybody's okay. And they're like, huh? But not really sure what to do. Obviously, like Livian, if you want to say anything, you can.
Yeah, right goes. Disregard all of that and go fight that cloud giant. He pushes Lorwyn to the ground and takes off towards the cloud giant. And if she wants to try to fight him while all this doesn't happen.
Yeah, so give me a contested social check here. You can use either persuasion or intimidation for what you're trying to do for your people, but basically it's going to go her words versus yours.
I guess it's just going to have to be intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's an natural 20.
All right, I'm going to assume that she can't beat that even if she tries, actually.
You're almost as scary as Warren.
Yeah, so you're telling her to fight the cloud giant that's touched down here, or fight the one that is...
No, we need to take care of this one first.
Okay, yep, so they will join into the fray then. That's 6 guys on your side. Okay. Warrendale, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your turn.
No, you're fine.
What are you doing?
What does the battlefield kind of look like? Where guess I would be next to Reikliviant and Octavius and Livy.
Not near. You're near Octavius and Livy. Reikliviant or Reikliviant is about 30 feet away with Lorwyn, having that exchange. And then you're basically fighting on the side of this massive mountainside ledge. There is about 30 feet to your western side where it drops down, and then to the east where they just came from is a large rising kind of mountain peak that encompasses the entire horizon. In the center of this ledge where Hecaton or Sansuri was once standing is basically like this what's the word I want? Point that like reaches out, kind of like picture like Lion King Pride's Rock kind of situation that reaches out even further past the ledge. But you're basically fighting on the side of a massive cliff.
All right. I look over at you, Octavius. A bit of a smile on my face. Looks like I'm going to enjoy this. But say, fellow defender, it's been a while since we've killed any giants. What do you say?
Oh, my friend. No No day like today to die together. And Octavius would raise his hammer, grasp his shield, and be prepared to run in with his friend.
Excellent. And with that, you can see this electricity spark across my palms, and I'll give you a big slap on the back. You happen to be wearing plate mail?
Chainmail.
Perfect. I'm going to do Shocking Grasp on my buddy here, which gives me advantage since he is wearing metal armor. I don't know if 23 hits.
Yep.
Wait, what?
I don't know if it changes because of metal. 7 points of damage, though. Increases by
I just think it makes it easier to hit.
Yep, just easier. So yeah, just 8 points of damage. You're like, oh, shit, Octavius, I'm sorry about that. And with that, I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast Greater Invisibility as a quickened action.
Oh, damn.
And then I still have my bonus action, which I'm going to use to Misty Step away from Octavius.
Hold on. I don't think that works. Because Shocking Grasp main action, right?
Yep.
And
Because
then
this is a bonus. You're right.
Greater Invisibility as a quickened.
That counts as a bonus. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, you can't Misty Step, but you can technically move away.
Well, I get that would be 2 spells, so that would move me the 20 feet away because of my ability thing, and then I'll just move another 30 feet away from him. Basically,
So,
just as far as I can away.
Octavius, is you ready to fight off another giant with your friend? You turn yourself. You have your shield and your hammer ready, and you're standing defensively, ready to protect your good buddy, your friend that you fought in so many battles with, life or death. And then suddenly you feel this electrifying shock go down your back, and you look behind you and see Warrendale reaching his hand away with a cruel smile on his face. He apologizes and vanishes just in front of you. You feel kind of this aura of wind caressing around him, but suddenly he is gone. Next up is the Cloud Giant, who is going to land just in front of the men that you commanded to go and fight. And he is going to... Holy shit, I should have looked at the stat block beforehand. Let's see what he's going to do. Here we go. Morningstar attack on one of them, which he hits. And I need to drag them in really quickly. That's not what I need. This is what I need, but I spelt it wrong. Sorry, guys. For some reason, I didn't foresee that happening. Okay, put that in. And do friendly in the initiative. Not friendly, neutral. Show them. And obviously, he hits with a 22 to hit. And in one cruel, swift move, crushes one of these 6 barbarians in a single strike. You just see as they're charging, battle cries, boof, this Morningstar come down on one, and a splatter of blood left behind. The giant rears up again with another one of its, or with its Morningstar once again, landing another devastating attack. And these guys, it's definitely hitting way too hard for another guy's turn to a puddle of mud, as 2 of the barbarians have now been killed just before your eyes. Right, Liviant, you're now up. War. So since you weren't in initiative, this is literally just after Lorwyn tried to stab you and you pushed her away. She kind of spins around, rallying up, spear still at the ready in combat stance. She says, "My husband, please do not make this harder on me. Let me end your misery."
You think you're going to kill me?
Not kill you, my love. End your suffering. You have fulfilled your duty.
Oh. I didn't know that my end would come.
I as the mother shall lead this tribe. There will be another protector born. I carry your son. She holds her belly, actually.
You're an asshole.
I'm the asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I feel a little bad.
I know that one
that's
kind
so
of a little
asshole
bit
that I
of
love you for it.
perhaps it's my son.
And
He was gone for a while.
oh, fuck
A
you.
wild Livy appears.
Oh, thank God. Fuck.
You know, you missed what he just said, didn't you? Oh.
Someone has a child!
Yeah, this is the really fuck with Corey episode. So he looks to the weapon that he's carrying, and it's so specialized for what he does. And then looks back at his wife and does this once or twice. Can't really see it through the mask, but nonetheless, it happens. The suffering that you think that I'm having is that I don't know who you are. Because you're not the woman that took over this tribe not so long ago. Or maybe you are.
Do not worry, my love. It will all be over for you soon.
And I am going to take the dodge action. No, I'm not hitting her first. I can't do it. But if she hits, I'm going to take the dodge action. No, I would just like to hold an action until she strikes me first.
Sounds good. Anything else?
No.
Olivia, my friend, do you have any comprehension on what's going on right now?
Obviously, we're dealing with a bunch of imposters or brainwashed people, and so we are trying to free them of their mental captivity.
Have you seen the session, or are you just tuning in now? Are you watching? That's what I'm asking.
A little.
Okay. So basically, King Hecaton, after getting the Noonstone, revealed himself as Countess Sansuri in disguise, the leader, the giant lord of the Cloud Giants. She said that she was torturing a brown-scaled dragon for days to find the location of this, and basically went on a big old monologue about how her plans finally are coming to fruition, and that she's going to drown the world, and floated up into the castle. 4 cloud giants began to descend upon everybody.
4 giants.
Yeah, and 3 of them are going to kill or destroy the encampment. 1 has stayed behind. Warrendell asked Octavius if he was ready to fight and kill some more giants, and when Octavius said yeah, hell yeah, and postured up, he grasped him in the back, attacking Octavius, and then disappearing with invisibility. And Lorwyn also has apparently changed sides and is now attacking Reykjavians. A cloud giant that has landed in front of you guys is currently smushing the remainder of the guards that were with Warrendell, the barbarian guards. And that is about it. And you are now up in initiative. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I think just as I process that, we're just going to default to her pew-pewing at the obvious cloud giant threat. So Main's Garden, let's do our thing.
All right.
Attack 1 and attack 2. So 23 and 22.
Both are going to get the job done.
Sweet. So there's damage 1 and damage 2 for a total of 17 piercing fire.
Okay, nice. So you pulling out your crossbow, line up the iron sights, and shoot forth 2 bolts of fire that wisp through the air and land into this giant shoulder. Poof! A big explosion of flame kind of ruptures up his arm as he winces in pain and frustration. He looks at you in anger. I'm assuming you don't do anything else on your turn, correct?
Maybe like, take a few steps backwards and maybe behind a tree.
You're fighting on the side of a massive mountain. There is no trees, unfortunately, but you can take a step back and just
away from the edge of the mountain.
That's a good choice.
Get tossed off or something.
You Viclivian, find yourself kind of standing on this Pride Rock like overlook, looking down on both sides, thousands of feet below. It's big, so you're not like standing precariously. There's about 30 feet on any given, or 15 feet on any given edge away, and you and Lorwyn are kind of circling around each other in anticipation. Now the storm has now ended, but you see the 3 other cloud giants now heading over to the encampment as they fall behind the mountain. You see air croakers kind of flying by in the sky above. And finally, Countess Sansuri, no more to be seen, has disappeared to her floating castle above where the storm was at one point. Lorwyn circling you with a spear as you see snow falling around. You wait in anticipation. There's a few moments of circling, like your heart breaking as you see the look in her eyes. It's the look that she gives an enemy, a look that you've never seen her look at you before. You're processing everything that's happening and thinking she possibly can't do this. She will not attack me. You think of all the memories you've shared, and then with a battle cry, "Hurrah!" she lunges at you with her spear. Your ready to action can go off if you want.
Great.
Hug the spear. Hug the spear.
Hug the spear. That sounds like a terrible idea. I'm going to try to parry the weapon hit with mine. So I'm going to aim for her weapon.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll let that go. And are you just trying to stop her from attacking or disarm her?
Disarm her. I hit her with the mace side of the weapon.
Okay, and you're not trying to do any damage to her?
No, to the weapon.
Okay. Well, how about this? Do you want to try to break the weapon then?
Please.
Then go ahead and roll your damage. Because you definitely hit the weapon. All right. And I'm going to say, yeah, that snaps the spear. As she lunges forth, her attack actually misses, for the record. So she comes in. You know, like, she was obviously a strong fighter, but you were always the superior fighter. You're like basically the protector. Like you're trained pretty strong in fighting. So she comes in and you easily sidestep her. And as she stabs, she misses. Then she sees you in front of you and she goes to lunge up and basically like uppercut choke you with the shaft of the spear. But you just come down and one quick swipe, break it in half. She now holds 2 ends of the spear. She flips it over in her hand so that the blade side is now kind of like a dagger. She looks at you and says, "You're making this so much more worse than it has to be."
And now, seeing that I took the attack action, I get another attack, right?
Because you have 2 attacks?
Yeah, because of extra attack.
Yeah, I don't think normally, but I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think you would actually. I'm not really sure how that works, but I'll say you can.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna slice upwards, but towards her hand only, to try to disarm her of the pointy bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that was coming eventually.
She is going to retaliate with that and stab into you, hitting this time. And she does, I'll drag it onto your sheet, 6 damage as you try to basically you're trying to handle this non-lethal, and she is fighting with lethality as she grunts out in anger. She stabs into your shoulder. And as she rips it back out, blood kind of gushes from your shoulder blade as you see like she just did like a serious attack against you. And she says, if you're going to fight me, if you're going to fight this, your destiny, you'll have to try harder than that, my husband.
And the mask flares up with a whole bunch of color. And anybody that's ever seen him fight before, that's what happens right before he's about to rage. I can't yet because I don't have a bonus action because that was a held action, but will be happening soon.
The 3 remaining barbarians, watching their friends, 2 other friends, get crushed under the Morning Star, now kind of jump over the craters that were left behind and run up to the foot of this creature and begin hacking at it. 1 doesn't seem to do any damage at all as it just hits into this massive, towering human size or building size man of a cloud giant. Other 2 manage to cut through some skin and do a little bit of damage to him. 2 attacks go through, and they're cutting away as the giant steps up and grunts out in pain, slams his foot down. The 3 barbarians roll out of the way as a part of the cliff kind of just breaks off ever so slightly. Octavios, you're now up.
You feel stands there with his shield and his hammer in his hands. He gets slapped on the back, and as the electricity is flowing through his upper body, Octavius kind of smiles. And with all the suffering and the pain that he's inflicted nightly, in the back of his head, he kind of thinks to himself, maybe I'll start asking Warrendale to join me on my nightly suffrage. And he kind of looks around, and can he discern how the cloud giant arrived down to the earth? Like, was he on a cloud? Did he have some form of transportation? Like, how did he get down?
I would say that if you were proficient in Arcana, you might have had a chat, but since you're not proficient in Arcana, you don't really know how they got down.
Okay.
It just seemed like they were floating down, though, to answer your question. They weren't riding anything.
So he didn't step off of something then, right?
Correct.
Okay. Octavius, we'll look over at Rick Leviant and this woman who seems to have betrayed the world in Octavius's eyes. Somebody who's creating oppression to the people. And he'll cock his crossbow back and look forward. And I'm gonna take a crossbow pot shot at this chick. And if I score high enough, I'd like to tell you where I'm gonna aim it.
At my wife?
Yeah, I'm fucking.
Okay.
Was a 13 hitter?
Just barely, yeah.
All right, yeah. I guess I'll just plunge that into her side, and Octavius will yell forward, "Get into the fight!" And I'll start charging the giant. And do 4 damage.
All right. A crossbolt shoots over your shoulder, or kind of past your torso, and lands into the side of Lorwyn. You see behind Octavius putting away a crossbow and heading towards the cloud giant as he yells out for you to sort yourself out. Warrendale, now invisible and stalking the battlefield like a dangerous tiger. What do you do?
Although you can't see him, he seems to be looking between the 3 of them. This barbarian looking at his wife, Octavius, Livy, trying to discern who might be the weakest or most dangerous. Man, his eyes will settle on Livy at the moment, seeing that Octavius is running towards this giant. He figures there's only a matter of time before the giant squishes him anyway. And yeah, I'm just gonna do lightning bolt on Livy.
Whew! Livy, I'm gonna need
Let's see, Dex DC 18. Actually, she's good at dex.
Mm.
Not that good.
Was that a no?
Not today, and clearly not against an invisible target.
An invisible friend. You weren't ready for that.
All right. So, damage. 29 electricity damage.
Livy, you're struggling to like comprehend what's going on as like traders and shape-shifting mass wearers are all going on. You don't even factor in Warrendale. You didn't see the exchange between Octavios and him. But suddenly, from behind, you're taken completely by surprise as you're getting ready to line up another shot on the Cloud Giant as a bolt of lightning just absolutely courses through your body. A beam of it shoots through. You have no clue where it comes from, but you see the type of lightning that it is, and you've seen the spell before.
You can hear my chuckling in the distance. I'll take my move action after that, though.
Asswipe! Asswipe!
Come, Livia. Wish to play.
I'm so confused. I thought there was good in him. I've never been so wrong before.
You didn't make me pancakes today.
There we go.
All right, the Cloud Giant's now up. 3 of the remaining holy fuck, this guy hits hard. Backs up and tries to ready themselves for the onslaught that is coming. The Morning Star, this tower of death, but they're not quick enough. The first one hit, and he's literally baseball swung off the side of the cliff. You hear him, Wilhelm, scream as he plunges to his death. He rears up again, landing. Let's see if he lands. Landing another strike, and this time the other barbarian is baseball swung the other way, and he smashes into the cliffside where the temple of the Noonstone, just right beside the door. And as the body hits the side of the cliff, you hear many bones break. And the man that stood battling proud just crumples to the ground, and his body parts kind of fall limp over themselves in an absolutely unnormal and unnatural way, as you clearly see that every bone in his body has been broken. His knee kind of folds over itself, and he lies dead as there's only one barbarian remaining. Right, Liviant, your wife, the love of your life, is standing there in combat with you. A bolt of a crossbow in her side. She seems unfazed by it. She's completely entranced in this battle between you and her. You can tell by the look in her eyes that it is a fight to the death. You've seen her defending in raids before and fighting in raids, and she has the intent to kill.
Holy shit. Well, the first thing is I'd like to rage. And if it's a fight that she must have, then I guess it's a fight that she's going to receive. And I will attack her.
All right.
Wow.
You're a jerk.
Fuck you.
Knock her out. Just knock
You're
her
going
out.
to kill my child.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah, clearly. There's that first one, and then here I'm gonna swing around with the other side. Whack.
Hit.
That's just also a hit, I'm assuming.
Two swift stripes as you roar out in anger. You won't stand for this anymore. You don't know what's going on. You come slashing. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You come slashing down as she tries to jump away, but she's not quick enough, and you rake it down her leg, kind of cutting a slit down her quad. She ouches in pain and kind of steps back. Coming forth, she tries to grab onto your arm. You slap it away, bash her in the side of the head. Her head kind of tucks away, and as she looks up to you, there's blood dripping from her temple. She looks at you, heartbroken. My husband.
I don't know how you see this any other way than you expiring.
You would do this to our future.
You
She holds her
did all
stomach.
of this to our future. Yield to me, my wife.
Never.
And he rears back and, is ready to take an incoming strike from his wife.
Livy, you pick yourself up from your knee as you feel this electric energy still coursing through your body. You're vibrating with energy. You look around. Warrendel's nowhere to be seen, but you hear him chuckling and saying that you did not make him pancakes. You see the cloud giant devastating the battle. Go ahead.
She'll
If
totally.
he cast a spell, then he would be seen now.
Greater invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And she just snapped back like, I can't make pancakes if I'm dead, asswife. And can she not see, like, there's snow, isn't there?
Oh, yes, there definitely is. You want to give a perception check?
I would love to do a perception check.
Morndell advantage stealth check.
Perception. Because I rock at. Yeah, no, she's like, tears are blurring her vision. She's just like,
Yeah, that's not very good, but
not happy with what's happening here.
Wow, you rolled all the d20s.
Yeah, so in her midst of looking around angrily for Warren, and I feel like she'd try and move closer to allies like Octavius, and maybe if we stay together, grouped, and she would just figuring Barbarian dealing with his wife is he has it under control. So giant, let's do it again. Oh, yep, she's still hurting, but she got a 29 there, so at least 7 points of fire damage. Pink, 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 pew, pew. How angry can I make this guy?
Yeah, another bolt pierces through to him. He doesn't seem to be too damaged yet, even after the barbarians and you have striked him. Obviously, you know that giants are formidable enemies, but you not being able to find Warrendell, know that you have to focus on this big bastard before he wreaks havoc on everything. Lorwyn now jumping into action. She takes the side of the spear, coming in this kind of two-handed flurry. She's going to, let's see if she hits. 12 is going to miss. 9 is going to miss. She comes at you trying to punch at first. You block out of the way. She quickly stabs at your gut with the spear, just kind of quickly trying to shank you a few times, but you back out of the way, not being able to you're easily able to outpace her as she seems to have no kind of grounds to keep up with you. She will tears running down her face say that I carry the future of this tribe. Don't do this.
The deal that you've made is going to make this whole tribe go away.
The barbarians fighting the cloud giants come in valiantly. The one remaining tries to attack. Rolls a natural 20.
That's right. That's my buddy Phil.
Yep. He the giant's foot comes crashing down to the ground. The barbarian actually kind of momentarily backsteps and then jumps on his foot and then begins to like grab onto the lace of the boot and swing himself up, and he comes wrapping around and stabs into the kneecap of this thing, and then before kicking off and like landing back down on the ground, he deals not the most impressive amount of damage, but it still looked pretty badass as he flips and comes landing down, kind of screeching across the snowy cliffside. Octavius, you're now up.
Okay, so after Octavius ran about 20 feet forward, he again would cock his crossbow and aim it for the giant. But I'm going to aim between the toes of the giant and see if I can hit somewhere between the toes with an 11.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
And Octavius will just kind of stand around and take a survey of the scene. Try to see if he can find Delphine at all. And possibly see if he can also notice any footprints of Warrendale.
You can do one or the other for sure.
Warrendale. I'm going to look for footprints altogether. See
Okay.
if I can see any footprints leaving in a large group that might infer that Delphine and her group left that way, or if I can just see single footprints walking around.
Perception check.
Do you want my roll or?
No, I'll keep yours.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's a lot of footsteps, but they're not necessarily pronounced. In the heat of battle, it's kind of hard to discern what's what.
I'll just continue to stand there and on guard, basically.
Okay, Warrendale, you're good to go. You're up.
You're making me feel like a total jerk.
Good. That's what I want.
So did Livy run up to help Octavius?
She moved towards him. So she's not like she's kind of like almost I feel like a back-to-back kind of flanking-esque where you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, but hopefully by sticking together, I might be better protected. Maybe.
Okay, and second question, Chris, do I still have my same gear?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Or I see what you're saying. No, in that regards.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. No, you do not.
Okay. Good. I don't feel like such a jerk now. In that case, well, if they're both there, seeing the effect I've had on Livy,
For a 2-for-1 deal.
I'm just gonna do yeah. How bad does Lorwyn look? Pretty bad, I'm assuming, right? Oh, we cannot hear things.
She's a bloodied.
All right. Well, in that case, since this bird boy is hurting my friend, you'll hear a little bit of a laughter, a chuckle, a spark of energy off to the side. I need a charisma save. Rick Leviant. I'm going to cast Banishment on him. It's a DC 18 charisma check.
What?
Check your Facebook message, Morgan. I messaged you just so you know.
Okay.
It's a what kind of charisma?
Yes.
Saving throw.
That's your best stat, right?
Yeah. It's great.
Good. Nothing to worry about.
16.
You feel this warmth come over you. Unfortunately, I couldn't use my wand of smiles on you, so you don't smile as you go there. But you come to this thing. You see the ground beneath you sort of melt away a little bit, and then come back. Just dirt all around. You can see my smiling face in the sky, my smiling face in the tree. A bird flaps by with this face of this little man, you call him, as you're in the realm of Warrendale.
Oh God, I love it.
However, that is a concentration thing, so my greater invisibility will kick off.
Oh, nice. Warrendale, I imagine smiling to himself suddenly appears as he's thinking of all the travesty that currently assaults Reglivian's eyeballs.
Do I have the pennant?
Nope.
Okay, just double check. Okay, then yeah, that's all I will do this turn. I won't use my bonus action.
All right, Cloud Giant is up again. Boof, with a massive Morningstar attack. He does indeed one-shot the last remaining Valiant Warrior, and now turns his attention to who's it gonna be? Did you run in, Octavius, or you were firing pop shots from a distance? Distance. He is. going to definitely, why am I even asking this? Assault Livy, sorry, who's been firing needle pricks of fire into his side over and over again. And he will come slamming down on you with his Morning Star for a 21 to hit. I'm assuming that does so. Livy is probably not going to feel the best, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Shield!
Oh, you're going to shield?
Shield!
Okay, you boost yourself up high enough?
AC, take that!
He moves quicker than you anticipate, and he's on you before you. Two hands swinging down with the Morning Star. You hear a torrent of wind. It sounds as if a tornado is about to land on top of your head. The last second, you get out the verbal components of shield, and poof, you just hear an explosion of sound that sends your hair flying back as this Morning Star that's like the size of a building now is just inches away from your Reclivians. You're now up in the land of Warrendale. Can you even do anything, or are you just gone?
Let me double check the thing here.
I'm reading it. No, you're literally in the world of Warrendale for a minute, or unless concentration is broken. Oh my god, you don't even get to save. Anything you want to do in this wonderful world?
Yes, I'm curious on what Recliviant does in the realm of Warrendale. A mouse will scurry by your foot, the face of Warrendale. Chirp, chirp.
He's going to look around and remove the hood part of his cloak and take the mask off of his face. He's now holding it in his hand. And looks about. He's a very normal looking man. He just happens to have these blue eyes that kind of come out of his face. With like blue, flamey beautifulness. And these. And he just is flabbergasted at the last 5 minutes of his life. And he just stands there with his mouth agape.
All right. Sorry, I got a phone call I gotta take really quick. Let's take a quick 5-minute break and then jump back into this, okay?
Sure thing.
Be right back.
All right, Warren. Get ready for your butt to get porcupined.
I don't see how we're gonna not die here. Well, maybe I won't.
To take actions that seem the most feasible at the moment without literally just killing somebody.
Yeah. These. What do we do?
Huh.
This is bad. This is really bad.
You're telling me.
Oh, bad.
Well, at least Livy's still alive at the moment. She hasn't.
All right. I'm back. Sorry.
No worries.
Next up is Livy.
Yeah. Here we go, Livy. So suddenly seeing that, hey, there's Warrendale. She is totally taking aim and firing away at him. So we'll give. She thinks about doing lightning, but she's like, no, he'd probably like it too much, and so she's going to probably do some more fire actions. There we go. Let's 1 and 2, 28 and 21. Do those hit?
What do I got right now? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I can shield the second one, but the first one I'll get through.
All
Are you
right.
gonna shield it?
Yeah, I'll get that up.
Okay. One attack gets through.
All right, then here we go. For 9 piercing fire damage.
All right. I did that.
That she'd just be like, "What the hell are you doing, Warren?"
Give me a con save, Warren. I did the damage to you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay. Can't save.
Can't save, can't save.
Nailed it with a natural 20.
Of course.
You motherfucker.
Wow.
Lorwyn, or sorry, any other thing you want to do, Livy, as you launch a bolt into a Warrendale as you guys now face off?
Maybe, hopefully, if her yelling at him didn't warn Octavius being like, there he is! Octavius, get him! We got him now! Yeah, that'd be it.
Okay. Lorwyn is going to come running over and attack you, Octavius. Missing and missing. She apparently cannot roll over a 10 tonight. Octavius, you're now up.
Alright,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do like a little. Octavius is gonna do his best impression of the Animal House actors, and he's gonna kind of do a little shuffle sidestep and just kind of run from Lorwyn, and he's gonna kind of circle around and run right towards our Warrendale. Knowing that Warren has this ability to misty step or get out of situations quickly, Octavius has doubt in his mind, but he's still going to try to run in and tackle him. Take him right down. Basically, like, swamp him with the weight and the build that is Octavius's body.
Oh my god.
Well, you got some servers coming over or something?
No. This is so bad.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna jump on Warrendale. If unless he does something to get out of my way.
Are you attacking him, or are you just trying to restrain him?
I'm gonna forcefully restrain him. So if the tackle and the force of my body, if I could use my body as a weapon, I would like to attack him for whatever the points of damage my body would cause as I knock him over.
Okay, go ahead and do an attack. That's gonna hit, and we'll just make him. That's a. So if you want to knock him down, you're gonna have to basically succeed at 2 attacks. Can you attack twice?
No.
So then, right now, you're just grappling him, and what
Okay.
I'll ask him to do is make another con save just to hold your concentration as you're engaged in a grapple, Warrendale.
Okay.
Come on, miss it.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey, suddenly, Viclivians, you feel yourself bouncing, the energy being sucked away from you as this wonderful world of Warrendale is now being taken away, and then suddenly you're locked back into the battlefield where you see just a chaotic scene of all this unfolding. The giant still has now finished off all of your friends, your barbarian tribe, and now you see the hand locking of Octavius grappling on to Warrendale and trying to push him down to the ground. That will put us back to the top of the initiative where Warrendale now is, actually.
So is Octavius grappling me, right? Or no?
I'm on you like fucking wet on rice.
Yeah, he's on you trying to shake the bejesus out of you to make you come to your senses.
Shake the stupid out of you.
Okay, let me double check my ability real quick to see if I got this right. Which one is it? All right. Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me how to do this. Well, if you need to deal with that first, Chris, because
No, we can go for a little bit longer.
Okay. I would like to dimension door. This says I can take one creature with me that is willing. I don't know if Octavius would be willing.
Are you willing, Octavius?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, perfect. In that case, I am going to dimension door 500 feet straight up. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to use as a quickened action, Misty Step. Oh, I don't even have to. Bonus action for Misty Step. And with that, I will Misty Step out of him, so he another 30 feet up. I don't take fall damage once per day from falling due to my sorcery thing either.
Yeah, you just got bamboozled so hard, Octavius.
So you're 500 feet up.
And how high are you?
I would be 530.
Oh, you're above me?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
you
I would
missed.
be stuck out of your grasp then.
Okay.
So I've semi-recently learned that you fall 500 feet per turn. So when that's over, going over to the next person, you fall the 500 feet, which means, Octavius, that you're going to take some serious fall damage here. All right, let me do this.
As I'm falling, do I get a turn?
Do you have a reactionary thing?
Let me just double check. I don't think so.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I'm sorry.
20. No reaction?
This game was fun.
Not that I know of, no.
Thanks for playing,
Okay,
guys.
then now you're pretty boned. You take 66 falling damage. Pretty sure that knocks you out. It does. You fall suddenly, rapidly, as you just grab Morandell, who missed out of your hands. You now see him floating 30 feet above you with a smile on his face as you plummet down rapid speed. You try to think of anything that you can do. You're fiddling in your pouches. You're maybe trying to summon a spell or do anything that you can, but you just quickly fall and then see Morandell getting smaller and smaller before, boof, you hit the ground and are knocked unconscious.
Actually, I would be falling too. So as I'm 30 feet above you, since I guess we fall at the same speed, I would be smiling the whole time. But that last little inch before I hit the ground, I do that cool avatar landing with my knee down and my hand down and just watch the snow sort of poof around me.
All right. The Cloud Giant, now having finished off everyone of the barbarians, is going to spin around and continue his assault on Livy.
Oh no.
20 to hit Livy and 18 to hit. You can actually shield your way out of this if you have one.
Let me take a look and make sure that I have enough left. Because I do. So she'll at least do. I think she'll only do it for the one though.
Okay. Your AC is not higher than 20 with the shield?
It is, but I don't think she can cast twice shield.
No, it lasts the whole round.
Oh, nice. And yeah, she'll shield and she's good to go.
All right, like Livy, and so you're now up.
For once, shield proving useful for Livy.
Lorwyn is looking at you again now that you've bounced back and looks like she's going to get ready to attack you, but there's some distance from you now. She's went and attacked.
How far away is she?
15 feet.
All right. So there hasn't been a whole turn in between me being there, has there been?
No, this is your first turn back. It's only been like a couple of split seconds.
Okay, so my rage didn't go away.
You did spend a turn in the Warrendale world not doing anything. Your rage is gone.
I rage again.
Okay.
And with the most reluctance I've ever done with anything in any game I've ever done, I charge directly for Lorwyn.
All right.
Sword side first.
Hit.
I just want to see two hits.
Hit.
Alright, this is the sword. And the base.
So you charge forth, a battle cry running out between you. She charges at you, and there's this moment as the snow is kind of almost seems to slow as you both engage. You hit her like a ton of bricks, kind of knocking her back. She kind of skids momentarily, keeping like this 3-point kind of stance to her. She goes to lunge forth again, but it just happens so quickly. You're so caught up in the moment. You blade right through the chest. It pops out the other side as a splatter of blood kind of comes out. She reaches for you still in the very last moment, trying to stab you, but her hands fall limp on your shoulder. She takes the hand that's on your shoulder and grabs you by the face one more moment, kind of looking at you in betrayal. She goes to say something, but the words don't come out of her mouth as she shatters into a million pieces of ice. Lorwyn is no more. Livy, you're now up.
All right. Warndell did his little Misty Step Majigger move, and he's still visible.
Yes.
Excellent. We're going to take some more pot shots at him in hopes to knock him out of the sky.
No, he's on the ground now.
Well,
28 and 16, Warndell. Do you respond with a shield or no?
Does that set up? That's a I get a reaction and a bonus. Is that correct?
Yep. Reaction every round.
Yeah, I can use reaction on the 16. The other one, obviously.
All right. Go ahead and do damage as one as he shields another one of your bolts.
thing. Fire. 6 points. Pew.
All right, another bolt hits into Warndell as he ouches in pain and kind of sizzles with the fire. Octavius,
do this all day, Livy.
I do need a death save from you, my friend. 1 success. Warndell, you're now up.
I'll lift my hand up to Livy, reach up and grab this arrow in my shoulder, ripping it out. You can see a bit of this icy-like material fall from this wound. Sparks across. What do I got here? 3rd level. All right, let's do... Oh, smile a little bit and stand up. See my nose is bloodied, but it's this bluish sort of shade of blood. A little bit on my ears as well. You start walking towards Livy. I am going to lightning bolt and then a quicken lightning bolt on her. So here I need 2 saves, DC 18 dex.
Okay.
I do a 15 and why am I sucking tonight?
I'd say do the one on her first because you might just honestly finish her off because I think that's enough to put her out. Yeah, that's enough to knock her out unconscious. So you still have the other one.
No pancakes for you!
If that just leaves Rick Leviant, so I will turn towards him. Yeah, DC 18.
All right.
There, my buddy.
What kind, Dex?
Yeah.
Yes. It's lightning. I don't know if that matters for you, but
Yeah, actually, it does. But go ahead.
Fail. All right.
I'll have that.
I will use a sorcery point to re-roll those 2 ones, though.
All right. Go ahead.
It's better.
All right. So that
32.
32. So you take a whopping 16 damage, putting you at that. The cloud giant comes lunging towards you. Let me see, actually. Let me see here. With Livy being unconscious and Octavius being unconscious, the cloud giant is going to speak in giant to you, Warndell, which normally you wouldn't understand, but now you do. The rest of the party, because nobody else speaks giant that's conscious, understands what this is, but he says to you that you have your orders. I'll finish the last one off. And he casts telekinesis on you, right, Liviant? And I'm going to need a Dex or a DC 17. What is it? Strength check.
Well, that's my best thing. Oh, and I roll with advantage because of.
Yep, you pass. You resist it.
Well, I've already had it, so there you go. Oh,
You
yeah.
resist the spell, all right, Liviant, as you're now up. The giant seems to be speaking some strange language to Warndell.
And how far away is Warndell from me?
Like 15 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to turn on my aura
Okay.
and pounce at Warndell
Yep.
and attack him. I wanted to say that for a really long time.
You've been waiting for this moment all your life.
19.
You want a shield, Warndell?
He already did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, wait, this is a new round.
Oh, yeah, this is new, but let me see. That one, I could shield that one. That one, no, I couldn't.
Shield one more. Make sure you're checking off your spell slots. I'm sure you are.
Yep, I got it. What's wrong?
One attack gets through.
Right.
11 damage.
And this as well.
Give me a save, Warndell.
What kind?
Was it a deck save?
I think it is. Hold on. Wrong tab. It is.
Yeah, it's a deck save.
Is it?
Yeah. You resist it, so you don't even take the 1 damage.
Yeah.
All right, death save from Livy, death save from Octavios. Top of the
So-
initiative.
So you did give that damage.
Actually,
to him,
Chris.
right?
Yeah, I gave it to him. Yes, sir.
For my Ring of Suffering, one of my attributes on the ring is called the One Who Endures, and it's called the secret ability that even I don't know about. Is that
Oh.
going to ever pop off, or what's going on?
That is gonna pop off.
Okay.
Just
Um,
not right now.
It's not right now, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Wake me up, fucker. Damn it.
All right, 2 saves. You're 1 step closer. Warrendale, you're now up. The only one that is remaining is this Reikliviant, this pesky barbarian that ever since he came around your friends has caused nothing but problems. What do you do?
He's a jerk. Well, I only have, really only 1 good spell left. So you can hit with a 5th level lightning bolt.
Right.
DC 18 dex check, Rick Leviant.
So
I was holding on to it as long as possible, so maybe it wouldn't come into play.
much.
All right. What's it do? So 1, 2, 3 extra. 1, 2, 3.
16 again.
All right, 16 again.
Yeah.
And that is that was my 5th. I can't do anything else. Well, I guess I could Misty Step. Man, it wouldn't even matter though. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Cloud Giant is now up, having resisted the telekinesis spell. It's going to try to smash you twice. 26 to hit and 27 to hit.
No, neither hit.
All right, good luck, sir. Good luck, sir. TPK. TPK.
Yeah.
I'm
that's right.
fucking going for it. Go on.
22 damage on the first strike, and the second strike is you have 3 HP left. Right, Livians, you know this is a losing fight and there's nothing you can do. What do you do?
Right. But I can try to kill that little pesky fucker in front of me, and I'm gonna try with everything I got. So yeah, I'm fucking everything, turning everything on. I got attacks are reckless, everything.
All right.
So I'm gonna hit advantage on my attacks, but yeah, this is not gonna be good. Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
You just want to kill Warrendale. Admit it.
I just want.
Oh!
So I'm just going to expedite this then, because as you land that, no matter what, as you come lunging at him, you hit him in the side of the face. And just like Lorwyn, instead of chopping off his head, he smashes into a million pieces of ice. Completely kind of shocked that you overcome him after surviving the 2 pummeling strikes of the Morning Star.
Oh my god. Okay.
You have the ice touch.
Fair. I look up to the giant and I roar at it. And what more can a barbarian do than that?
All right, 2 death saves from you guys and the cloud giant. I'm assuming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fuck. I would need a nat 20. I need a nat 20. Damn it.
Well,
I want to die.
18 and 13. Do those hit you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 18 does.
All right. Then you're definitely out.
Yeah.
So, as the scene fades, the party being completely wiped, we suddenly see our camera focus panning upwards and flying towards the. Yeah, this is how I end the session. I don't want to play with you guys anymore. It's a TPK. No, you see the camera falling up towards the fortress and following in to where Sansari recently has just landed. She's touching down, and some other cloud giants are coming and taking her cloak with her. And she says, "Make room in the cells. We will have new guests staying shortly. I have acquired the last half and have acquired some more treasures. Get the dragon ready. I wish to speak with him to how to finish this." And then we start seeing the camera whip around this massive fortress that we're in, going through these different rooms, basements, downwards, upwards, kind of going all the way around to rooms that we can't necessarily see, but it's absolutely enormous before we come to a cage and we hear the whine and suffering of a bronze scale dragon, massive in nature. He howls out in pain as you see, just riddled in scars from the torturing that he's endured. Chains just bolt him to the ground so that there's nothing he can do, and he just whimpers in pain, uncontrolled, wishing for an escape. However, in a different cell, not too far away, we see a disheveled man also chained to the ground, his head hung low in unconscious state, still smoldering with heat and energy. He suddenly jolts back up to consciousness, coughing out, surprised to be alive, and as his head slowly lifts up, we see the face of Warrendale. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Okay.
So next time we play, it's just going to be me and Warrendale. You guys you're done now. This is just the me and Warrendale show.
Okay.
That's what it's been all along.
All right. So yeah, we'll cliffhanger that a bit, and we'll pick up next time we play. All right, guys. I know this probably seems like what the fuck is going on, but I promise you that it's going somewhere. All right.
All right.
I'm just kind of making it up as we go, but we're gonna get there.
Winging it.
Yeah. So until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you around. I'm gonna end the broadcast.